Hey everybody, Shavo here, and these are going to be some challenge tutorials on how to get the gold achievement in each of the separate challenges. This one's going to be for the Swarm. It is the Zerg one. You have your Zerglings here, you have your Hydralisks, 1 Infestor, and 4 Ultralisks, and you're going to be facing off against 5 Colossi, 1 Immortal, and about 7 or 8 Void Rays, so that's a lot of Void Rays. So against these 5 Colossi, you want to actually put your Ultralisks over here and just kind of put them in a line, and that will pretty much be that. For the Immortal, you want to use your Zerglings and Infestor. I put my Zerglings right about here and my Infestor here, and I'll show you what to do. And then you just throw your Hydralisks over here. So let's get it started, and I'll show you what to do in each of them. So I'm moving my Zerglings and my Infestor up here just to kind of get them positioned, moving my Hydralisks up over here, and then I will move my Ultralisks down over here. And the objective is to protect the Spire and lose as few units as possible. So I'm just kind of lining up my Ultralisks, and we're going to see here. So you can pretty much just tell these guys to auto attack, and they will take out the Colossi before you lose any of them. And there you go. You just pretty much told them to auto attack, and they took him out. So I'm going to put this on normal for right now. And what I'm going to do with the Infestor is mind control the Immortal, and then I'm going to have all of my Zerglings just attack it while it's mind controlled. And you won't lose any of your Zerglings in the process. So, easy enough. This next one's a little bit more difficult. It is the Hydralisks, and you will lose a few units here. It's just bound to happen. But what you want to do is you want to select the unit that's actually getting focused, and then you just want to burrow that unit. So I'm burrowing, and then you just want to burrow as many as you can. And then you want to pop them back up. And then just take down the rest. The objective is to not let the Void Rays actually get to full charge, and if they do, that's alright. You only use a couple of units. So I only lost 3 units here. So let's go on to round 2. So round 2, we're facing off against a bunch of Zealots. We're facing off against about 5 Void Rays and then some Stalkers. And we have some Mutalisks, Roaches, and an Infestor, and 2 Ultralisks. So what you want to do here is you want to take your Roaches and Infestor and put them over here against these Zealots. You want to get your Mutalisks and put them up against the Void Rays, and then you want to take your 2 Ultralisks and put them down over here against these Stalkers. So let's get her going. And I'm moving my Mutalisks over here. Speed it up a little bit so we can get everything in position. And I'm going to take my Roaches and Infestor. I'm going to move them back over here. And then I'm going to take my Ultralisk and just move them over here. And then we'll start it up. So I'm positioning them a little separate from each other because when you're ready, or when they actually come over here, you're actually going to do a fungal growth on a whole bunch of these Zealots. That way you can kind of clump them together and it does some damage, and then you just micro your Roaches around. So here we go with the Infestor, throwing a fungal growth, got pretty much most of them back there, and you're just going to take out whatever you can with the Roaches to the Zealots, and then just start taking them out. And then you want to throw down another fungal growth and kind of ensnare some more of them, and then just do a little bit of micro to your Zealots, and you'll be able to easily take them. My Infestor got a little bit caught up back there. He was a little stupid, but I was able to micro him back well enough to where he wouldn't be advantaged. And you just kind of go around the Spire, and you can pretty much just take him out pretty easily. And that's that. Take out all the Zealots, and you're good to go. Now this one's a little bit more difficult. It is the Mutalisks, and it's very difficult against Void Rays because Mutalisks don't do very well against Void Rays to begin with. So it takes quite a bit of micro, and you will lose some units here. You just want to kind of, I guess, lessen the amount that you do lose. So just find the one that's getting focused and move them back. Find the one that's getting focused and move them back. Just keep on moving them back, keep on making them change, and then just kind of bring them back, pull them back, bring them back, pull them back. And you're going to lose a few, like I said, but you're not going to lose all of them, and that's the main point. So I lost 2, which is not too bad. I lost 2 Mutalisks, not too bad. And these, the Ultralisks, pretty self-explanatory. Just separate them out so you get a good, nice pincer attack on them, and just go one side and they'll focus on one, the other one will just do a whole bunch of damage. You don't even really have to do anything, you just let them do what they do. And that's pretty much that for round 2. So round 3, we are up against 2 Immortals and about 10 or so Stalkers, 4, what are these called? Archons, that's right, Archons, and a bunch of Zealots, and then 4 Carriers. So for the Immortals and Stalkers, you want to get your Brood Lords and put them over here and kind of just line them up at the beginning here. That way, once these guys come over here, you have your Immortals in the front, and they will just kind of create like a choke for the rest of your Stalkers. And then you want to move your Roaches, Colossi, and Infestor and move them over here because you want to get a fungal growth on the Zealots, and then have your Ultralisks and then Roaches kind of take the rest of these out. And then for your Carriers, you obviously want to have your Corruptors, and you want to try and use the Corruption ability as best you can on these. So let's get started. I'm going to just speed it up here just a little bit just to get everything in place. These guys are slow as all hell. And I'm going to move my Roaches, and I'm going to move my Infestor, and I'm going to move my Ultralisks over here, because this is probably the harder one. And then I'm going to move my Corruptors over here. And that's pretty much it. And it takes a little bit of time just to kind of set them up, but you just want to take your time. Don't feel like you have to go quick or anything, because this isn't timed or anything like that. So just kind of line them up, do a little bit of lining up, and then when you feel ready, go. So here we go. Let me slow it down. And you want to kind of keep it to where the Immortals are in the front. That's why I line them up fairly close to the line here. And they just kind of create a little bit of a choke. And that's pretty much it. You just let them do their thing and throw their little broodlings out, and they'll pretty much just do all that. Looks like one of these guys got a couple shots hit on him. That's not too bad. So, seems simple enough. Not too bad at all. This one's a little bit more difficult. You kind of want to put your Ultralisk in the front and then have your Roaches kind of come behind them. But you also want to have your Infestor and throw down a fungal growth on the Zealots, and then have your Ultralisk just kind of move in and take out as much as they can. You want to have your Roaches come in the back over here, and that's pretty much it. And if you feel the need to, you can do a burrow on your Ultralisk and just do that, and then that's pretty much it. And you take them all out, so not too difficult there. And then this one's not actually too difficult. You have to do a little bit of micro because carriers do a lot of damage. Just all you have to do is just pick the one that's getting focused up, and then just take them out. So I got this one, picked this guy out. He was the one in the front, pulled him back. Got this one, pulled him back. Got this one, pulled him back. And you don't want to get distracted like I did right there. You just kind of want to have them focus down. And then you lost one there. You just get one, pull them back, get one, pull them back. I lost another one. But we're still at 7, so we're still good to go. And then you just focus the rest of them down. You should be good to go. And that's pretty much it. That's all you have to do. So that's what you got to do to get gold achievement. I lost 7 units, so that's not too bad. So I hope this helps you out.